So welcome back to Finnegan's Farm, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and welcome back to the 3650 restoration project. So we've been getting a lot of comments there to if the 3650, any progress made on them. This is one of the machines here, the 3650. Again, no cab on it. We really have done nothing to this tractor, but as you can see, a little bit of a reveal, and this is one of the tractors here. So we're delighted to have Gerry Sheridan back again. Gerry was here at the start of the whole campaign here. We decided to make a restoration on these 3650s. We have cab back on, time lapse there of the cab going back on. Gerry's here just to give the lads a little bit of inspiration. As you can see, we still have an amount of bits here, Gerry, haven't we?
We have a lot of bits to go back on, but we're getting there. The lads are working away and getting there.
So we're just going to go through some of the things that you have to check before putting the cab back on these 3650s for anyone there that's going to attempt to take them on and off. Again, when it's off, it's just so long ago since we took it off, the memory is just not as good to pull it back on. But I suppose the most important things, Gerry, where do you see?
You have to be just very careful with all your linkages, first of all. Make sure all your linkages are not getting fouled when you're letting down the cab. If they get fouled letting down the cab, they're all little arms will break off. You'll break all the arms, little aluminium arms. Just be careful therein. Make sure all your pipes are in position. And gently let it down. Keep looking, keep testing, letting it down. That's the way we done it here. Let it down. We seem to be all right now. And
then there was one thing there on the handbrake. You were pointing out to the lads there early on.
The handbrake and the diff lock.
Yeah, the diff lock. Yeah.
The diff lock. When you have a diff lock on this on the 3650, Carl, if you show them where it is, where you push down your hand, there's a spring, and you have to be very careful. You have to keep the spring up in front of it, then get the diff lock up after as you're letting the cab down. Okay. So it's. You have to do it very carefully, Paul. That's just it.
And then pipes, then the connection in here. See, Cayleman is on the.
He's trying to sort out his fuel pipes going across there now. We think one of them just fouling a bit, but we'll sort it out. Yeah.
Just in the way of our linkage for high and low at the minute. There's all just in that little technical.
Okay, it's always easier to leave the wheels off.
Oh, by far, wheels off. You can see all the garage, you can get in ahead, you can look at it. Make sure your heater hoses are routed right, make sure your air conditioning hoses are routed right. That's really the gist of it.
Yeah.
All your steering pipes are on the front, you let them into position as you're letting them down.
And we have a pipe coming up here for our clutch there.
You have your clutch pipe and your bleeding pipe, your main supply pipe down and your bleeding pipe. Take them up through the cab, you let them up, be careful letting them up.
Brake fluid then, is that it?
That for brake fluid, fill it up and bleed it.
Right.
Which we'll do next.
And then we move around to the far side over here, Mick is
doing the gear linkages.
Yeah.
Very important that you get the gear linkages right.
So all the linkages are down here?
All the linkages there, that's all the gear linkages all in there, which he has all connected up. He has his pipes connected up. Everything is right there, and if you go round the back, Carl, you'll see where all the spool valves. Now in this case you have 3 spool valves, and there they are all. I don't know whether you can see them or not. They're all in there, and then you're lifting, rod, lowering and draft.
Yeah.
That's all the linkages you have to be careful of when you're letting it up and down.
Yeah.
Make sure all disconnected.
Yeah, well hopefully now in the next probably half an hour or so.
Half an hour we'll have smoke and we'll be able to move.
Smoke. Yeah, we're going to try to start it there and see can we get it going.
We'll bleed the clutch, we'll put the wheels on and we'll drive it. First time in a year.
A year, yeah. Well, we're just running just over a year now since we actually got them there. It was around this time last year.
Looking very well though for the...
Yeah, we still have a good few bits to do in the cab there, glass and stuff. We have all the bits there now. It's just a matter of getting, I think it was more of a psychological thing to get the cab on. At least then we can kind of walk with the cab on.
It looks like a tractor now, you see, and you have a good job done on the upholstery inside. It's not hard to put on the windows and rig up your lights then.
Yeah. So just in case we forgot any of the bits on the cab, where they went and what was going where, we're lucky enough.
We have a replica here, 3350, which is basically the same. Some small changes, but it gives us a fine idea of where everything is going.
Yeah, you just know diff on that one. This one, there's no diff on
the diff is not, it's a heel diff over on the right hand side, and on this one it's a hand diff on your left hand side.
Yeah, but apart from that then everything is relatively the same, isn't it?
Oh, the whole cab would be the same, all the linkages would be the same.
Yeah.
You're different in a 3650 and hydraulic pump and different engine and things like that.
Yeah, but the fitting of the cab
would be the same, yeah. All your spool valves would be the same, your linkages would be the same, your throttle, your high-low, your clutch, all of that's the very same.
Yeah, so we said we bring it in here beside us. If we do need a second reference to it there, at least we just
have it there beside us, we know what's happening.
Yeah, right, we look at
all looking well.
Great to have him on board again as usual. You know, a man full of knowledge here, especially when it comes to 3650s. It just comes back to him, second nature there every time we talk about them. So we hope to get Gerry on at another stage again. We're going to walk away on the cab, the cab 1 on. We'll move on to cab 2 then, and then there'll be a few fine tuning details there that we'll probably come back again on it. So we'll pick up and we'll get Gerry back at another stage. So it was great to have Gerry Sheridan down there, the ex-mechanic there from Meath Farm Machinery, probably working on these 3650s for over 30 years or so. So it was great to have him. Now we did point out a few tips there for us just to check before we put the cab down, because we didn't want to be lifting the cab back off again, and we had a few little tips on it, hadn't we?
Yeah, just even stuff down to like the spring and the diff lock and whatnot. Just brilliant help to have the knowledge there to help us do it.
Yeah, and even the likes getting all our linkages right. So all our linkages are in place there now. They're all working. We've a handbrake linkage in there as well to go. So all them are in place. We have it bolted down here.
Yeah, we've everything on the cab more or less fixed. Well, the handbrake linkage on the left hand side here, that's the only thing we've put. We have to just start up the tractor and lift up our arms so we can put that on. But more or less everything on the cab side is more or less done, except for panels and whatnot.
Yeah, so you've been working away on the electrical end of things, getting lights.
Yeah, well, we've all the electrics done in the cab now. I don't think it's the wiper motor and fit a radio. After that, all the electrics in the cab are all.
And we have started, so it is running.
Yeah, starting running away 100%.
And then any other issues then, Caelan would say, I know when the fuse goes in there, you had some little issues maybe with a circuit board there.
Yeah.
We have to kind of take that out. We'll show you there as we go along. You know, there's small little bits to be done. It was a complete rewire, wasn't it? We did use some of the old, some of the...
Yeah, I was able to use the basics more or less, but more or less every night to kind of make myself and whatnot for the 4 corners, but it's not that major of a job. Just once you just do it right and get everything working.
And we left the wheels off then just for easy access then to get in ahead there, which is great.
Yeah, because other than that, you'll be in here working underneath the wheel the whole time. So it's
yeah, but we still have a little bit to tidy up inside, but we have most of the electrics nearly done on this cab, and then we'll just be able to...
Yeah, so we have our air seat as well, which wasn't a thing in them at all, so that's all...
That's an improvement on them, isn't it? That's a modification.
Yeah, a good modification.
Wipers are working, hazards, LED lights are working away there, side lights are working away, so... Yeah, no, it's taken great shape in the last day or two, and it's probably given us a little bit of a boost to push on now, and that's what we're going to do. Over the next week, we're going to keep, at them, keep working at them there, and hopefully get the cab on the other one as well. And then there's still a lot of work to be done, fine detail as we call it, to be done on it, but at least we can see huge progress there, and It's great to be this far now at this stage because
Yeah, it'd be good to see, well, not the back of it, but just seeing it done.
yeah, well, look, I mean, it's like everything else. It's around here for a while, and we just need a little bit more space in the shed here to get more stuff in to fix it anyway. So that's it for this week's restoration on the 3650. As you can see, I'm actually sitting here in the cab. I'm still surrounded by loads of wires and things hanging out of the roof here, but we've made great progress here on the 3650s there. This cab is on, and the other one shouldn't be too far away from it. Now, we've also been very busy in the workshop doing other jobs as well, so it's just to get the slot in, just to get the time to get back to it. But we've just made great progress there this week, so we're really happy. So we'll see you all, and we'll keep you all updated in the next video on the 3650 restoration project.